Cystocentesis is the aseptic collection of urine directly from the bladder. This routine procedure is performed on a conscious, restrained patient. The videos in this unit detail proper patient preparation, bladder landmarking, and sample collection in small animals. Minimal restraint keeps your patient calm. To avoid long periods of restraint, assemble all supplies on a surgical tray before the patient enters the room. Begin by collecting clippers, a sharps container, red top tubes, 2 22-gauge 1 1/2 inch needles, 2 10 cc syringes, 1 bowl with water, 1 empty bowl, chlorhexidine soap, alcohol, and gauze squares. Attach the needles to the syringes. Leave the caps loose as you replace them on the instrument tray. You are now ready to bring the animal into the treatment room. Position the patient on the exam table. 2 people are required to properly position larger dogs. The technician at the cranial end of the animal controls both front limbs, the head, and the leash. The technician at the caudal end of the animal controls both hind limbs. A third person may be called upon to cradle the head if the patient resists restraint. The technician at the cranial end of the dog grasps the right forelimb in their right hand. The technician at the caudal end grasps the left hind leg in their left hand. On the count of 3, rotate the legs ventrally. Maintain contact between your chest and the dog's back. Slide the dog into lateral recumbency. From lateral recumbency, count to 3. Continue the rotation. The patient's back will rest against the table. The patient's head must be stabilized for comfort and safety. Place your elbows on either side of the patient's head, or position the patient's muzzle between your body and your elbows, leaving the patient's nose exposed. Extend the hind limbs to provide an unobstructed view of the abdomen. Remove the hair on the collection site while avoiding the nipples. Wash your hands with a chlorhexidine-based soap and water. Wet a gauze square with chlorhexidine soap and water, creating a lather. Use one corner of the gauze to wipe a straight line down the center of the site. Move from cranial to caudal aspects, avoiding the fur. Use a second corner to wipe left of center. Use a third corner and wipe right of center. Remove the soap with water and gauze. Use alcohol to disinfect the site. You can now landmark the bladder. Imagine an X between the 2 caudal sets of nipples. The center of the X marks the bladder location. Approach the bladder from the caudal end with your non-dominant hand. Use your non-dominant hand to stabilize the bladder. Grip the bladder between your thumb and middle finger. Use your remaining fingers to stabilize the bladder. It should not shift in your grip during the procedure. Grasp the needle and syringe in your dominant hand. Keep the needle bevel facing up. Advance the needle towards the cranial aspect of the bladder at a 45-degree angle. Pierce through the skin with moderate pressure. Advance the needle to penetrate the bladder wall and continue advancing to the hub of the syringe. Hold this position. Draw back the plunger of the syringe to collect the urine sample. Maintain a secure grip on the bladder as it empties. Collect at least 4 milliliters of urine. Release the plunger on your syringe. Release your grip slightly on the bladder, withdrawing the needle following the same 45-degree angle. Your sample is aseptically held within the syringe. Place the cap on the syringe. Return the patient to lateral recumbency. Inject the sample slowly into a red-topped tube.